Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. This is our second conversation, and we are moving things along into the celebration of World Tourism Day, Belize style. We are joined this morning by Media and Communications Officer and Specialist of BTB, Marian Alamia and Felicia Pelayo. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
And welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Well, I know that you ladies over at BTB, you're always busy, always running things along, ensuring that we are able to showcase Belize in the best way possible on the tourism stage. World Tourism Day is coming up on the 27th of this month. So I think it's quite fitting in the month of the celebrations taking place right now. Talk to us about what the atmosphere is like over at BTB as we anticipate World Tourism Day.
So World Tourism Day, as you rightly said, it's September 27th. So after Independence Day, there's still one more celebration we have in the month. It's definitely a day that we look forward to, that we like to engage the public in participating in. And I remember I was here about 2 years ago and we did the art competition and we engaged the creative sector in showcasing the theme for that year. Last year we had a mobile photo contest for tertiary level students. But for this year, the theme of tourism and sustainable transformation really looks at how you can engage communities and partners in showcasing tourism. And so for that, we wanted to get out and engage the public. And we're talking about Belizeans and the visitors that might be dropping by. We wanted to especially engage students as well that might have an interest in working in the tourism industry. So for this year, what we're doing is a pop-up event.
Okay.
Yes, pop-up event at Battlefield Park on the 27th from 1 to 6 p.m. It's going to be a fun day. We're definitely going to be looking forward to it. We have a couple partners, NGOs that will be out there with us as well to help us celebrate, because tourism, really sustainable transformation or sustainable tourism is an effort that cannot be led just by the BTB. It requires partnerships. There's a lot of different roles to play in trying to create a sustainable tourism industry. So we can't do it alone, and our partners will be out there with us to talk about the work that they do. A lot of them, they're environmental based NGOs, so they're talking about their conservation work. A big focus for the pop-up for us is awareness through education.
I think of the many campaigns that you guys have run that speaks to sustainability already, and so I wonder what a challenge it was to try to find something different, that would tie in with the day.
It was a little tough, but we think awareness and education is very important. So to reach the community and give something back to the public, because we're going to be having prizes as well on the day, and you get a chance to enter the raffle once you finish the presentation. So we have support from our stakeholders, so they have sponsored staycations and tours as well that you could possibly win.
How important is this to raising public awareness about Belize's tourism product and all the services that we offer to the world?
It's definitely important, and we try to create a lot of awareness initiatives, because really there's always somebody that's not fully educated on how impactful tourism is in Belize and how far-reaching the industry is. And we have this pop-up for World Tourism Day, but we also have other initiatives around that day that we're also going to be doing. So we have our podcast, Tea Talk on Tourism, that's also going to be premiering on our Facebook page, the BTB Facebook page, on World Tourism Day as well.
What's Tea Talk and Tourism? Are we talking tea as
spilling
in
the tea?
Sips tea, or are we talking, let's have some tea with me, Asani?
No, we're talking about spilling the tea.
Oh, okay. So how do you spill the tea on tourism?
Industry talk.
Well, again, for that, we are engaging different partners as well. We have 4 organizations. We're not going to be sharing too much about the podcast as yet, but we definitely want people to look out for it. And they're going to be talking about what new they're doing in their area of the industry. So for the podcast, we wanted to focus on sustainable transformation, but looking at innovation, for example. So it's going to cover culture, it's going to cover the marine environment, it's going to cover entrepreneurship,
archaeology.
Well, see, I was trying to see a culture so that we wouldn't, deep dive into the specific areas.
They can get a little something.
Yeah.
Just for the celebration.
Yeah, so that premieres on World Tourism Day, the same day as we'll be having the pop-up. So if you're not able to come out to the actual event, there will be something to look forward to, online as well. And then we're also always doing giveaways to our Belizean traveler pages for people who can't make it to Belize City as well.
Also, they did I think the importance to also for them to realize their personal impact on tourism, because I think yesterday when we were on, we had a conversation about the fact that a lot of Belizeans feel like, oh, well, I'm not close to the sea, or I'm not close to the river, so I don't really have an impact on certain things. And you do. Every little part of your day, you do,
Yeah. How does BTB's commemoration of World Tourism Day align with perhaps the universal commemoration of the day?
Definitely. So a lot of countries do celebrate the day. The theme is put out from early, and each country you get to interpret how you would like to showcase that theme by coming up with your own initiatives. So we're always happy to be a part of it and spotlight what Belize is doing.
You ladies working in the tourism industry on your own, I think of 5 years ago when we saw the tourism industry take such a massive hit because of the pandemic, and a lot of people having to pivot to try to find another alternative to make ends meet. Have we seen that same level of interest again, where people are actively interested in working in the tourism industry, are exploring different side businesses, or establishing actual growing businesses in the tourism industry? Has it really gone back to where it was before?
I think it'll always be a little tainted because none of us expected that pandemic. It was a global change for everyone in your personal life. You hear about it, you heard about it in history, but you never experienced it for yourself. So I think actually seeing this happening and seeing how it changed your life and seeing the changes that it made globally made people really open their eyes to how can I change the narrative of that you can't really engage in tourism without having the actual tourists in, that's why we engage the Belizean Traveler campaign and things like that. So we did see a lot of people still interested in tourism. There's the UB program is still full with a whole lot of tourism students. So we have faith that yes, they are still interested. The engagement is still there.
It forced a rethink though, because prior to the pandemic, we took things for granted, right?
Yeah.
None of us would have thought that something would have swept across the world and changed the way we do things and the way we see our tourism product as a country. And so if we're reflecting back on 5 years ago, it forced everybody to reconsider how they're dealing with goods and services, hospitality and everything. And tourism, as Sabrina rightly mentioned, arguably took the biggest hit.
Yeah.
Many stakeholders did not see this coming in our lifetime.
I feel like the appreciation for the tourism too also went up because you realize that that is a lot of our economy's bread and butter.
Yeah.
So the appreciation definitely went up, and in doing that, the actions changed.
Yeah. I think of last year as well, where Belize walked away with several awards and really big recognition on the world stage for the World Sustainable Tourism Award. So we have seen time and time again, aside from just saying it, we've seen it in the recognition that we've received that we are leading the charge when it comes to sustainable tourism. Following that type of award, do we see an added pressure for us to increase even more the efforts that's being done in ensuring that we promote tourism in our country in the most sustainable fashion?
Yeah, definitely. What I appreciated about the awards last year was that we got recognition for that year, but really when you looked at the initiatives that were awarded, these were initiatives that had been implemented in our industry over a long time. So we got sustainable tourism destination, but looking at the work of the Blue Bond, for example, they weren't initiatives that had just started that year and then we were recognized. For us, sustainable tourism also looks at how we can engage our communities by having them be the one to lead the charge for, coming up with these new experiences, these immersive experiences. We know that our tourism product, it's unique. One of the things that visitors love when they come here is that they're able to fully immerse in what our country has to offer. And we would not have a product like that if it wasn't for the people on the forefront of the industry. The ones in our communities, our tour guides, the ones that are doing the storytelling for us. At the BTB, we're also always looking to highlight new stories that have not been highlighted before when it comes to sustainability, when it comes to a lot of different areas. So for us, we're always happy to see when there's a new tour that's been created, a new experience, when there's something new for us to highlight that strengthens our promotional efforts for Belize.
I think what makes our product so unique is the fact that we have sea, land, we have archaeological sites, we have cultural experiences from across the many ethnicities that this country has. And if I were an outsider and I was thinking about coming to Belize to explore what Belize has to offer, there's a plethora of different things that you could literally go from being out at sea in the morning and being at an archaeological site inland in the afternoon and get back on a ship and sail out the same day. I think that's what makes the product so unique, along with its people.
Definitely.
Which is why also we have engaged our NGOs too, so that they can be a part of explaining sea, inland, etc. So we have Wildlife Conservation Society, Belize Audubon Society, Mar Alliance, Oceana Belize, Coastal Management Authority and Institute. So, and Tuk Tours. So they're new. They're new.
Yeah, they're the newest on the scene. We just saw moments ago on the screen some of those little carriers. If you're wondering what that was, they're called tuk-tuks. Have you ladies been in any one of them yet?
Not yet.
I haven't. No.
Man, we gotta get it on, guys.
The pop-up might be the first. Yeah, they're gonna be out there. They're gonna be offering tours too. So just so that you can get the experience. So definitely try to come out and experience that.
So we're looking forward to the upcoming high season. What are some of the preparations from BTB's end to be able to continue marketing Belize as the premier tourism destination and to ensure that all the stakeholders are ready for the influx of visitors?
Well, preparation for that begins long in advance. I mean, really, we're never done with our marketing efforts. But by the time the high season is here, we were already marketing from the start of the year, the low season. For us, definitely one of the well, I shouldn't say the focus because it's always been a focus, but we're engaging our stakeholders to put more efforts into is the Latin American market. So if you go on our BTB page, you'll see that we've been doing more events in that area as well, and we want our stakeholders to also consider those travelers in their own promotional efforts. So that's been one for us. We have our annual events as well, like the Digital Marketing Summit. That's one that we always encourage our stakeholders to attend because everything that's new in the industry, trends, everything that they could use in their own marketing efforts, you're able to learn right there and even connect with some of the people at the forefront of these in the industry.
I want to stick a pin really quickly and go back to what you were saying about promoting Belize to Latin American markets. And I think oftentimes when we talk about Belize, we kind of present it as this Caribbean nation, but we have such a unique placement where we can be a bit of both, being a part of Central America and the Caribbean. Have we, or do you ladies believe that we need more effort to push our identity in the Central American region, to talk about the ways that we're similar to Central America and maybe highlight and capitalize on the differences that we have as well with Central America to ensure that we stand out in all areas in Caribbean as well as Central America?
It's always, that's how we promote Belize. So yeah, definitely a mix of Central American and Caribbean. It's also what makes our tourism product unique. Yeah. So it's definitely already in our, promotional campaign.
I also wanted to ask you ladies, because we were talking about Tuk Tuk recently that just came on the scenes, and I'm sure that there are many persons tuning in right now with innovative ideas that they feel could add to the tourism industry, but they just don't know how to begin. They don't know what the process maybe looks like, what type of documentation they might need to have to ensure that they properly fit themselves in the tourism industry the right way. We were just talking about small businesses. Is this a type of service that is provided by the BTB? Perhaps guidance on how entrepreneurs or small business owners could properly fit themselves in the industry and do it the right way?
Yeah, if you want to establish a hotel, or for tours it would be a tour operator. A lot of the resources are available on the BTB's website, www.belizetourismboard.org. Also, we have different persons within our different departments as well that you might be able to reach out to, who could give you more guidance on what you might need.
Yeah, because if it's innovative, I'm pretty sure they have a lot of questions if it's new, because it might be different for them.
Well, let's get once more the run through on what the celebration of World Tourism Day will look like, all the persons involved, and how we can participate.
Okay, so we're having our World Tourism Day pop-up on September 27th at Battlefield Park from 1 to 6 p.m. So we advise to reach out early because we're going to have some gifts for those who get there early, for the early birds. So we're hoping that they get there from 1 p.m. sharp. We're going to be out there. Our NGOs, like I said, are going to be Mar Alliance, Oceana Belize, Belize Audubon Society, Coastal Zone Management Authority and Institute, and Wildlife Conservation Society. We also have prizes from stakeholders. So we just want to say a big thank you to them also. A few of them are the Belize Collection, the Lodge at Chalk Creek, Bananas on the Beach, Azor del Mar, Splash Dive Center, Alma del Rio, Casa Cava, San Ignacio Resort Hotel, Bacawina Rainforest Resort and Adventure, Tobacco Key Paradise. So thank you very much to them for providing these staycations for our Belizeans to win.
All right, and this is all under the theme of tourism and sustainable transformation. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you guys all the best.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Alrighty, we take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have more conversations for you right here on Open Your Eyes.